Hello everyone, welcome to the first part of this server for this tutorial. So in this one, what we're gonna do, it's gonna be pretty simple. So we're gonna first thing set up Express to make sure it can work with some of the ES6 syntax. After that, my plan is just to configure also Mongoose because as you know, we're gonna use MongoDB. And also what I would like to do, it's maybe starting to work on their customer. So as you know, so that's gonna be an e-commerce site. So the way I'm gonna handle that, I'm gonna have two things. We're gonna have a store owner, and we're gonna also have store owner. So customer is gonna be the one who buy, and finally the store owner. It's because the store we're gonna have, it's not just a store about like one owner sell stuff. It's a lot of store gonna sell to this website. So think about like a bit like a kind of a Amazon and thing like that, where you buy stuff from other people to Amazon. So Amazon become like a middleman between all of this. So the way that's gonna work, so we're gonna start with that, and at the end of this video, I want to be able to at least get the authentication data from Facebook coming in from the front end. Like we don't gonna plug the mobile, but we're gonna make use of Postman to see how that's gonna go. So what I've done first is I've create a server folder inside the project, and I see inside it. So right now this is what it's supposed to look. So we're supposed to have a mobile and a server. That I see the inside that, and I've opened this in code, and I'm right there now. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna start with just yarn init/y just to say I want to fill every question automatically. After that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install some package. Some package to let us doing the stuff we need here. So inside the dependency, what we're gonna want to have, we're gonna have a 5 package. So the first one is gonna be Axios. We're gonna need so 0.18. After that, we're gonna have Express. It's gonna be version 4.16.3. We're gonna have also Mongoose version 5 to 8. We're gonna also have Morgan 190, and we're gonna go with Yup with version 0.26.2. So it need to be the same exact version, so this way we're gonna make sure everyone work. And for the dev dependency, we're gonna have 5 also. So first thing, we're gonna have the Babel core, who's gonna be version 26.3. Babel env version 2.4.1. Now be ready, that's gonna be a really long name, so for don't making typo, I'm gonna copy it. That's gonna be this one. Babel plugin transform object rest spread. Yes. It's a long name, but this is for getting the spread operator. So version 6.26. After that, we're gonna have cross env. I'm gonna tell you all of them what they do. We're gonna have cross env, and finally node 118.3. 18.3, like that. So everything should work. Okay, perfect. First thing we're gonna do, it's now because they have seen my env, they have created that for us inside the Babel RC. So I'm gonna delete React. I don't need the React stuff like that, but I'm gonna add one stuff here. So this is what is supposed to happen for you now. You want to have to preset the env in stage 0. I didn't check really if stage 0 now have the transform object rest spread, but I always use this one. So just add this kind of code here. So what you want is the object rest spread, the plugin we have add. We just want it to be there, and we want to use the built-in. That's it. So now if we go inside a package, I'm gonna just show you every package what it does. Axios do an HTTP call, so because we're gonna ask Facebook to receive the token today, to receive the data. Express is gonna be your framework for your web, kind of framework. For me, I think it's more like a library or something like that. Mongo is gonna be the kind of the ORM for MongoDB, so that's gonna be the middleman between us and MongoDB, so we can type better. Like that's gonna be easier for us to write a MongoDB query with Mongoose. Morgan is gonna be a logger tool, so it can be used to see what they say here. Logger can be used to see like each HTTP call, like if there was success or not. You can have like color and things like that, whatever you want. Yep, it's going to be object validation, so object schema validation. I use it in the front end, so I start to use it in the back end, and I really love it. Babel stuff, I'm pretty sure you know all of this. Babel is just to make sure that your code can be compiled. You can write finally ES6 code, and this stuff gonna compile to make sure that the node compiler can get it. CrossEnv, it's just because us in Mac, it's pretty easy to change the environment with the package.json, but people in Windows, it's really painful, so that's why CrossEnv is there. And non-mon, it's just for restart the project when we're gonna do some change. Before going further, we can keep here. And the thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a script. It's gonna be really simple one. Dev. So we're gonna say cross-env, node env equal development. So here what we say, it's we just say make sure cross-platform we can have the node env environment set up when we call this function at this script. So now we tell nodemon to exec the Babel node from the src index.js. I know it's not created yet, so that's why we're gonna jump there. So in code, you can click new file, put src / do index.js. So now that's gonna create index.js inside the src folder. So you don't need to do two things. So now inside this one, as always, what I always do, it's that start really simple. So I use Express. From Express, I create my app from it. After that, I just say app.get / and here you can just send. So we're gonna just send a welcome to the front end. And finally, we're gonna listen. So for now, I'm gonna just hard code this value. Don't worry, we're gonna set up all that to be ready after that. If error, we're gonna console the error. Else console server listen on port 3000, like that. One thing also, you see here, I get 5k, okay? 5k document is because we don't have a Git Ignore, so we should create one. One thing I have in my extension, it's I have an extension called Git Ignore. This one. If you add this one right there from Code Zombie, what that's gonna let us to do is if you do Shift Command P or Shift Control P, you can click Add Git Ignore, and I search for node. So you just click Enter. What that does is that we're gonna create us a Git Ignore with everything rely to node. So example, node module, npm stuff, yarn integrity .env, and all this kind of stuff. So it's pretty nice. And now if I go back here and I refresh, now you see we have just a file we have. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump back to my terminal, and I'm gonna run yarn dev. You can run npm run dev, and that's gonna do the same. Server listen on port 3000 is already a good thing. So now I really encourage you to install a tool called Postman. If you don't, I will stop the video right now and just go and download this before I continue. So in Postman here, you can click here and click create new. put the name install as the workspace. Why I don't show you how to do this is because I have so many stuff, and this is not something I want to show. So yeah, so just create a new workspace called install. The way workspace work, it's now I can save stuff just rely to this kind of project. So what I'm gonna do first, it's here. You see, manage environment. I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna click on add, and I'm gonna create dev. So when I'm dev, I want to have a variable called base URL, where the value gonna be HTTP localhost 3000. So that's gonna be the basics, basic endpoint, and I'm gonna just say /API because that's gonna always be in /API. But for now, no, I'm gonna keep it like that. So now here I'm gonna change the new environment to be dev, and here I'm gonna do curly bracket and use base URL. I'm gonna still do the get, and I'm gonna click send. I receive welcome, that means it's pretty good because this is what we send when we do nothing. So for now, it's pretty nice, but us in the server, you see nothing happening here. We don't even know if someone hit and things like that. So that's why we're gonna install Morgan. So the way I always do this, it's I create a config folder where I create a middleware.js. Middleware.js is gonna be a file where I want to put my global middleware. So here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna import Morgan from Morgan, and I'm gonna export default a function we're gonna receive as the first argument an app. In here I can do app.use, I can pass Morgan, and now Morgan have some stuff already built. Okay, they have combine, common, they have short and tiny and stuff like that. So the way I want this, it's that first thing I'm gonna create another folder called constant. Inside this folder I'm gonna create an index.js. Here I want to have a variable called isDev, who's gonna be finally just a boolean who's gonna tell me if the process.env node env equal development. I need to equal. So I just check if this is this variable right there. Why I do this? It's because now here what I want to do is I want to say isDev, and the autocomplete don't gonna came. So what I say it's isDev will give us a boolean, as you can see. So if this is dev, I want dev, else I want comment. Both that really change. You're gonna see why. I think dev, for me dev is the better one because it show at least if this is working or not. But the comment is the one you want in production. I think also it shows speed and things like that. I'm not even sure. A long time I didn't play with Node.js, so here I'm gonna import it. So middleware config from my config /middleware, and after my app I'm gonna put this, and as you know I need to pass my app, so I'm gonna just pass the app here. So now this one I'm gonna receive all the use. So finally just the same as what you can do on other tutorials and stuff like that, where you can get like 100 line of middleware stuff you all put there. But I just think this way you can abstract stuff. I don't like to have my index.js with 1000 line of code and things like that, so I'm gonna say I like kind of the abstraction. So now if I close that and I click on send, this is Morgan. They gave us how much time that take. They gave us also green, so this is green to tell us this is a success. After that, what the middleware want to pass, it's something coming from Express, and the name is express.json. So now you don't need anymore to use a body parser. So as you can see, this is a built-in middleware function in Express. It parses incoming requests with JSON, and this is based on body parser. So you don't need any more body parser. Just like that. So for now, for this video, this middleware is going to be done. After that, I want to set up my DB. For set up my DB, first thing I'm gonna set up the constant. Again, it's not gonna be a constant we're gonna always use. We're gonna change it. It's just this video I want to be able to do a good amount of stuff. So here the DB URL is gonna be MongoDB localhost, and now with the new version we need to pass the port, and by default this is always this port, I think. And here I'm gonna say install.dev. Name of that /dev. That's gonna be the dev one. So for now this is this, but later we're gonna make use of 3 DB, one for the test, one for the dev, and one for the prod. So now inside this DB we're gonna need to import the Mongoose package. Also we're gonna need to import this DB URL we just create. After that, we're gonna just say Mongoose promise to use the global promise. Oops, sorry. After that, Mongoose, I want to set it to be debug true. So I want to see what happens when we do stuff with it. Like, I mean, we're gonna see the creation and stuff like that. After that, here, inside I try catch, because that can fail. I'm gonna say mongoose.connect, config.connect. Here I pass my DB URL, and after that pass a curly bracket because I want to pass some option, and one of them gonna be use a new URL parser. I'm gonna say true. After that, here if I have an error, I want to create a connection. And why I do this is because later when we're gonna do some testing, that's gonna be really helpful for us. See the same thing like that. And finally, we just want to get some log. So we're gonna say mongoose.connection when it's open. So when the connection gets open, I say open, no, it's ons, sorry, ons. Here you pass the event, as you can see, and after that here we can just console log MongoDB running. If we have an error, we're gonna have the error here. I want to throw this error like that. And now what I'm gonna do, it's inside my index.js, I'm gonna import nothing but from my config DB. If I do this and I go back to my terminal, I'm gonna get MongoDB running, so that's gonna tell you everything is working there. So if you don't understand why I don't import nothing, it's because I don't need to do nothing. This file, the thing about this file, it's like a global kind of, not a global function, but it's a file function, so you don't even need to call this function. You can have wrap that inside a function and call the function, but I think this way it's pretty straightforward, and I think that just go faster. So now time to do some real code. So the way I'm gonna manage this, I think about changing it, but at least for now that's gonna be this one. So I'm gonna start with a module called customer. Inside this customer module, I'm gonna have a customer.controller.js, customer.model.js, customer.route.js, customer.js, and index.js. Every module gonna be like that. So I'm gonna make use of the kind of the MVC pattern. I think server-side MVC make a lot of sense. And what I want to do here, it just abstract the stuff a lot. So what I mean, it's everything about the customer are gonna be in this folder. And I just think that's gonna make more sense in the long run. So the way that's gonna work, it's for a controller. Like that's gonna be, the controller is gonna be the one gonna receive finally all the requests, body and stuff like that. It's gonna be the one who's gonna use it and do the validation. And after that, when we want to create something, we're gonna make use of this customer. So the customer.js thing about that, that's gonna be where we're gonna do the logic to create, get, and things like that. The controller is just there to control the fact that do I let him go, do I let this stuff go further because he do the token it's good enough and things like that. So this is what we're gonna see in a moment. So here inside this customer model, we're gonna create the schema. For now, don't judge me on the schema. I don't really know yet how I want to manage it, but the way that's gonna be, it's gonna be like that for now. So we're gonna build a schema. Just before we start, I'm gonna add a timestamp. So I want, when we create a customer, to have a timestamp of when it gets create and update. I'm gonna after that export default a model where the name is gonna be, oops, not user but customer, and here that's gonna be customer schema. Here inside this object a customer for now. I'm gonna add other stuff after that. Last name, we don't even need to do this today because we don't gonna create it. Just I want to show you what we're gonna have. So first name, last name, a string. We're gonna have an email, a string. It's gonna be required true. Both Google and Facebook gonna give you an email, so we're gonna use it. Avatar URL, both have avatar URL, but we don't gonna make it require. And after that, we're gonna have a provider. Because a user can log with Facebook and Google, and I want him to, if he didn't remember, he logged with Facebook a year ago, he can log today with Google. So this is what we're gonna do. Sorry, I need to drink some water. So here, we're gonna add a UID. So each provider gonna always give you a unique identifier of this user. I'm gonna say it's require true, and this is a string. After that, here we're gonna have a type. So the type of the provider. Here we're gonna say require true also, type string, and now here we can use an enum. So an enum, it's an array of string. So you just say it's a type string, but no other string than the one I'm gonna provide to you. And I'm gonna export it because we're gonna need it later. We're gonna see. So this enum, I'm gonna have Facebook, and I'm gonna have Google because this is the both. This is the two we use in the front end, and I pass this array right there. So for the schema, that's it for now. Don't worry, I'm gonna change it at 100%. I'm not even sure yet how that's gonna be, but at least we can go further in this tutorial. After that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside my controller. Here, I'm gonna make use of the package called yup for doing validation. After that, I'm gonna need to import from my customer model, the one we just created, the provider enum. I'm gonna see why in a moment. So here, I'm gonna do the create. So think about the create. So here that's gonna be the post request. I'm gonna destructuring both elements I'm gonna receive from the body. Token provider. After that, I'm gonna create my body schema, who's gonna be a yup object, that shape. So you pass the shape of the object you want to be validated. So the object gonna need to have a token. So that's gonna be a string. And this is require. If you don't have a token, I don't let it go further. Provider, here that's gonna be a yup, the string. But now, because it's an enum, I can make use of one off. Here, one off need an array of values. And I'm gonna pass provider enum. And after that, I'm gonna say it's required. Like that. After that, you can make use of a missing request from body schema called validate. So you call validate. Here you need to pass an object, so I'm gonna pass my token and provider. I can pass my reg body directly, but because I'm gonna need to use this both after that, you're gonna see why. Here right now, if I have an error, I'm not gonna complicate too much myself. I'm gonna just return status 400. with a JSON message, we say error message or no success, just for now, okay? Here now, just to make sure this thing work, I'm gonna just return a res at 201 with a message called, no, not a message, JSON with a message, say success. So the plan is to be able to see that, but before that we're gonna test and we're gonna get the error. If not, I think I don't even need to put this. That's gonna work. You're gonna see. So now if we go to the second place, it's gonna be in the routes. So we start from the model, we jump to the controller, and now we need to the route. The route is gonna be really simple. We're gonna need to import Express because we want to have his router. After that, we're gonna import create from the customer controller. I create a route after that with the router. I say route that post slash here I pass my create, so this one receive direct in the body, and finally I export default the route at the end. After that, really close to see it in Postman, don't worry. The basic setup is really long, but you're gonna see. So here I'm gonna export from my route. I'm gonna say the default export. So finally I say this export here, I want him to be called customer route. Why I do this? It's because after putting the index.js in my module and exporting everything from the customer, what I can do, it's inside my index.js now, I can import it this way. I can import from my module, and now look, customer route this way. So now every route gonna be like that. And now here finally I finish by saying /user. So finally /API/user, and we can also even say API/v1/user. So if you want to do versioning after that. And here I'm gonna pass the not user, it's customer, sorry, customer routes, like that. So now if I go to my Postman, I'm gonna change that to be a post. I'm gonna do /API/customer, and this needs to be v1. I'm gonna send that. Perfect. Provide the required field. We're gonna stop here, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click save as, create customer, create a collection. I'm gonna create a collection customer. So I don't even need to put create, sorry. So now if I put this one and I click save to customer, what happens is now in my app, in my Postman, every time I'm gonna want to hit something in the customer, I can just go here and change it, and I'm gonna just change something because I want customer with an S. Okay, provide the required field. So first thing, it's a really good start. So you see what happened, it's the yup check, and you see for the required field is not provide, so that's why we receive it. So if I go to my body, raw text, I change that to JSON, and now I send provider, and I send example a provider called John. The message we receive now, I'm gonna make it a bit bigger for you. The message we receive now, its provider must be one of the following value, Facebook and Google. This thing happened because of this one of provider enum, and provider enum we have this thing. So now what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna say Facebook. So now if I put the Facebook, I receive token, it's a required field. So this is the second one here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass for now token, and I'm gonna say hello. And now message success, perfect. So what that means, it's this stuff get passed, and now we are right there here. So now what I want to do is to get a token and get the information to Facebook. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a file. So inside a service folder slash alt provider slash, here I'm gonna create a file called facebook.js. So you see service alt provider Facebook. This one here, I'm gonna import the library Axios, the one we have installed at the beginning, to do an HTTP call. And I'm gonna create a function called outAsync. It's gonna be an async function. We're gonna receive a token. And finally, at the end, I'm gonna export a variable called Facebook, where I'm gonna just say outAsync. Here, that's gonna be a try catch, and I'm gonna throw the error for now. After that, I'm gonna say count fields. So here, we need for Facebook to pass some field, the one you want, with a comma separate. So I want an email with a name, with a picture. Just this way, this is done. So this is what I need. After that, I'm gonna say base URL equal, and this base URL, I'm gonna just copy paste to make sure I don't have a typo. Graph facebook.com/me with the fields we pass that. After that, inside my Axios stuff here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna const res equal await axios.get. So that's gonna be a get request, and here I'm gonna pass back tip because I want to have a variable. I'm gonna say base URL, and after that I'm gonna pass some parameters, and I'm gonna say access token gonna be equal to the token we receive right here. After that, if res.status equal so if res, I think we can see if res.status the thing is gonna be 200, so this is what we're gonna check. I want to return the res.data, else I can just finally throw new error and saying Facebook request not successful. Yeah, I think not. No success with Facebook. It's gonna be no success with Facebook. Okay, just like that, I think that's gonna be good. I think it's 200, so we're gonna see it. So now this function here, I'm gonna pass it to an index.js inside an alt provider. So I'm gonna create here this alt provider object, where this one gonna receive the Facebook. So I cannot import it. So import Facebook from my Facebook right there. And now what I'm gonna do, it's inside my customer controller. After here, after it's validate, I'm gonna check if the provider equal Facebook. If he equal Facebook, I want here to receive the data from the out why don't I think if I do this and no, so we're gonna import it. So import from this service alt provider, we're gonna import alt provider, and now here we can say Facebook dot autoasync, and I just pass the token we have here. So you see, that's why I have the structuring here. I don't want to say reg.body.provider, reg.body.token, and you see what I mean. And now here what I want to do, it's if this is a success. For now 201 with a JSON, and we just pass the data. For now, next video we're gonna change this. Else I'm gonna just say yeah, just like that. So now if I go there and I click send, we receive request failed with status code 400. So Facebook didn't like this token, and that makes sense. I don't think Facebook gonna give a token called hello. So in Chrome, if you go back to the Facebook developer and you go to your application, if you click on role test user, you can get the user we have created yesterday, and click on edit and click get an access token for this user. I'm going to click submit, and now I'm going to copy this token and paste this right there. And now if I click send, so you see, because so that was the status 201 came from us, but Facebook gave you 200, and you see this is the value we get from Facebook. Nothing more to do. This is what we got. We have asked for the email, so if we go back, we have asked for email name picture. What they gave us, email name picture plus the ID. So I think it's already a good start. Now with the when we're gonna want to create a first name, last name, and blah blah blah, we can just get it from here. Isabella first name, and here is the last name. And for the avatar URL, we have this right there. So I hope that makes sense for this video. That was a really quick one. I mean, the code, it's maybe not perfect for now, but it's just a quick one to get something running. I think that's just gonna motivate everyone to just see stuff on each video, like a little update. So next one, doing the same as that for the Google. After that, thinking about how we're gonna model the customer, thinking about which kind of function also we're gonna have, and we also need to think about how we're gonna do this provider connection. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we're gonna talk in the next one tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.